is it. Okay, this is the final time that I speak about Alexander Isak going to Liverpool. This is it, okay? This is going to be therapeutic, where during the international break, I can just vomit my feelings about the most heart-crushing transfer of my life. Hello, I am the Irish guy, and I have never, ever hated a transfer as much as I do this one. Never. And lads, seeing a supreme talent like Ben Arfa getting banished on loan to Hull, it was absolutely like if somebody had told Mozart to go and sell sausage rolls in Greggs. I mean, that transfer sure did irk me, as if my mum had just told me that the cauliflower that's been sitting on my plate was actually grown out of my uncle's armpits. But this international break has allowed me the time to process this and grieve, to just move on. This is what this video is going to be. And yes, okay, I think I'm going to soon open a second channel for raw, unfiltered, unedited football opinions on all the latest stories, big or small. Let me know what you think that channel should be called. But for now, lads, this is my therapy. But instead of me waffling on as some confused professional about why I often have dreams about Barney the dinosaur chasing me with a chainsaw, oh no, instead I'm just gonna tell you all how this Isak transfer is making me feel. I want justice, okay? I have been searching for justice to such a point that I almost want Superman to burst through my roof and tell me that he's poured marmalade all over the leather seats of Isak's car. I almost want to know that whilst on Sweden duty, that Alanga has burped into Isak's coffee when no one's been watching. Just something, anything to prove to me that the bad guy hasn't just gotten away with this. And lads, last night I wrote a 4-page letter to Isak where I calmly explained to him why. No, don't worry, these pages are blank. What do you think I am, insane? Because I can assure you that I'm not. Lads, last week there were reports surfacing that a Newcastle player had to be calmed down and restrained during a meeting over Isak's future. Oh yes, suddenly my imagination was running wild. I was sitting there staring at my toaster and thinking, oh wow, does this mean that Bruno Guimaraes tried to throw a kettle at Isak when the Swede was marching in to say goodbye? Was Kieran Trippier the one who was outside throwing angry pancakes at his car? But yeah, this is a cute little fan fiction script for me, as a way for me to cope with this multi-millionaire prima donna gleefully getting what he wants after using the club's dignity to wipe ketchup off his chin, because I can't stand it. I literally can't stand that Isak has been able to do this and get away with this. I was at least hoping that some Newcastle players are going to stand up to him in private. If someone like Sven Botman had been trying to make Isak feel guilty by telling him that yes, you have the morals of an evil panda. I'm not saying that I wanted somebody to lob a spoonful of Weetabix in his eye, no, but I just would have hoped that someone close to Isak would have stood up for the club. Oh no, instead he gets showered with touching, beautiful goodbyes. Lads, Sven Botman looks like the scariest Newcastle player in the squad. I mean, to look at him, if he was not a footballer, you saw him waddling into the gym, you would instantly think that he's got a pair of hungry Rottweilers at home. He looks like a part-time Nigel bouncer who spends his mornings munching on kitten sandwiches. Yeah. This was his goodbye.
What started off as teammates grown into one of my rare best friendships. No more words needed, brother. All the best in your next chapter.
And he's even chucked in a love heart at the end. I feel like getting sick of my shoe. It's like something scraped from the script of a bad romance film. Oh no, instead of Sven delivering some harsh home truths to the man who's just robbed Newcastle of 7 points so far this season, oh no, he's speaking about him in such a way that makes you think that yes, these two definitely have picnics in the bath. Isak has literally stormed out of the club, your team, to join a Premier League rival. How are you okay with this? I don't understand it. It's like if you were working in an office and then your work colleague, middle-aged Martha, chooses to come over and poo all over your keyboard. Yeah, you're not going to get that paperwork done by 4 now. You're going to be angry. You wouldn't be sending her cute little cuddles on Instagram when she gets rightly fired in the morning. You wouldn't be mailing her a teddy bear when you can still smell her digested Weetabix on your mouse. But no, Bobman posts a cute little message alongside a picture of them holding hands. Anthony Gordon popped up a little message too. And oh dear, the photo is literally the two of them touching heads. They're posing like an old married couple watching the sunset on their caravan porch.
Regardless of the situation, what's gone on, it's been a pleasure to play with you. One of the best chemistries I've had on the pitch, and more importantly, a great person and teammate. I wish you nothing but the best, brother.
Another love heart. Another one. Lads, I've never received that many love hearts in one day. And lads, there's been about 30 odd Valentine's Day in my lifetime. Gordon wishes Isak nothing but the best. Yeah, that's easy to say, mate, when he's playing for your boyhood club. Look, Emil Kraft, Isak's Sweden buddy, has come out and he's poured hot lava on some of these fanciful reports of players getting mad at Isak. Oh no, he said this.
It's been very chill in the dressing room. No one has said or done anything.
Oh great, so that little story about the players being angry with him, oh, that was about as credible as Twilight fan fiction. Oh, I guess the journalist might as well have told us all about that dream he'd had where he wrestled Batman in the snow. It didn't happen. No Newcastle player got in Isak's face. Oh no, they just happily rolled out the red carpet for him and waved him goodbye. Even Dan Byrne publicly wished him the best. Why is nobody else as petty as me? I don't understand it, okay? If somebody was working working in the McDonald's drive-thru and your stubborn work colleague was actively ruining your potential bonuses because he was whittling in the chips, surely you'd be mad as well. Am I missing something? Why is nobody bothered about their teammates skipping work for months? Gimme, a striker from Sweden. Every time I hear a Liverpool fan singing that tune now, it's gonna feel like I'm in an airport toilet and I can clearly hear that the bloke in the cubicle next to me had a curry the night before. I would sooner listen to those grisly sound effects through an iPod and listen to that on loop for an entire day than I would hear Liverpool fans sing that song, because it's our song. This was Newcastle's gift to Isak, but now hearing someone else sing it, it's official, okay? I hate ABBA now. Seriously, the worst thing my mum can do now is give me a Mamma Mia DVD for Christmas. Not again. Yeah, she might as well give me the box we buried Spotted back in 1998. I would genuinely prefer to kiss a spider on the lips than I would have another reminder of Isak in song. That song, gimme. No, I hate it. I hate this situation. Is this what divorce feels like? Seriously, 3 months ago, we were happy. Blissful. There was no problem. Isak was a legend, a total immortal Newcastle United legend who had just delivered 2 world-class seasons in a row. Lads, not even Alan Shearer registered consecutive 20-goal Premier League seasons in a Newcastle shirt. And I know that just sounds like the maddest, unbelievable stat. Seriously, trying to wrap your head around that. It's a bit like me telling you that your dad's a werewolf who chats up teenagers down the park. How could you do this, Alex? How could you do this? How could you leave us in the mud like this? Here's a clip I found from Matty Renton off the Magpie channel. But look, he's a big Newcastle fan and he was lucky enough to sneak into the after party somehow after the Wembley win, after the Magpies beat Liverpool to win the Carabao Cup. Take it away, Matt.
I have met Isak. I said, Isak, don't you leave. He said, don't worry about me, bro. I'm going nowhere.
Don't worry about me, bro. I'm going nowhere. 5 months later, he's gone. And actually, Isak has kind of incriminated himself even further, because he said in his recent Instagram statement that he apparently told the club ages ago that he wants to leave, and this isn't new information. Oh, so you're just barefaced lying to fans in public then? I'm going nowhere, bro. Oh no, he's going somewhere. In fact, his teammates for next season would happen to be the sad-looking blokes around the corner clutching their loser medals, leaving Wembley on a quiet little bus. He couldn't have been any closer to his future teammates. Isak always said it was in his mind he wanted to go, but I guess he's just okay with lying to Newcastle fans. Now, okay, I do get it would have been weird, okay, if he'd come out that night and announced in the middle of a cup-winning party. If he turned around and said, oh no, I'm actually going this summer. Yeah, I know, okay, there's a time and a place. I'm guessing the music would have stopped, everyone would have stopped dancing, and Jacob Murphy would have awkwardly ordered an orange juice at the bar. Sure, it would have been terrible timing for Isak to announce it that night, I get it, okay? It would be like me turning up to a funeral this afternoon and asking the grieving wife if she'd like to play X-Men Top Trumps. It'd be like me storming onto the set of AFTV mid-interview and offering Robbie if you'd like a slice of my mum's birthday cake. I get there's a time and a place for some of these things, but still, you openly lie like this? That's a year ago this week. I had the mother of all football crash-outs, okay? I don't think football has ever conspired directly against me in such an obvious way before than the Republic of Ireland losing a Nations League match at home to England, with the only goals being scored by Grealish and Rice. That was me. That was peak me getting trolled by football. And I didn't think it could get much worse than me seeing Newcastle getting relegated at Villa Park with, guess what? My childhood hero scoring the own goal to send us down. Oh no, this was even more obvious. Seriously, the only way the footballing overlords could have conspired against me even further would be if Rice had celebrated on the pitch by kissing my mum. It was a pretty hideous footballing outcome that, yes, absolutely felt like I'd just eaten poisoned shreddies, but still, for a year later to lose Isak to Liverpool. Is this just going to be a thing now? Is September going to continue to be the month where I'm just tormented by football? What's next September got in store for me? Am I going to catch Graham Potter breaking into my house to take a leak in my fridge? I bet it would smell like vegan Coca-Cola with just a hint of milk squeezed from a Chilean bear. I'm scared, okay? Nick Voltamada is a giant. He looks like someone who'd probably bang his head on pigeons going for a walk. He looks like somebody who needs a duck when there's planes in the sky. His head is so far away from the earth, he probably doesn't even know what a worm is. He's huge, a monumentally massive centre forward. Somebody who probably can't fit in most chip shops. I want him to come good. He has to come good. Is Newcastle's club record signing is £69 million? Lads, the Magpie is actually really strange when it comes to record signings. I mean, I find it extraordinarily depressing that, sure, the transfer record for Newcastle was smashed on one of the biggest names on the planet back in 2005, paying a huge £17 million for Real Madrid and England megastar Michael Owen. But it then wasn't broken again for 14 years. But then in 2019, it was broken twice on Mike Ashley's watch, eventually. And like Voltamada, it was on 2 complete unknowns. Seriously, for a huge club like Newcastle United to shatter their transfer record on a winger from the MLS, that was weird, because nobody really knew who or what Mickey Almiron was. He just looked like C-3PO in human form. Yeah. He signed a month after Christmas. He had to wait until a week before next Christmas to bag his first Premier League goal. Yeah, that wait alone was like chewing on a pig's tail every week. And the next one, very similar to Valdemade. Newcastle smashed their transfer record for a beefcake striker from the Bundesliga. And look, Joe Linton was a horrific centre-forward for Newcastle, but he saved his Newcastle career after Eddie Howe discovered that he's actually an unbelievable, almost world-class central midfielder. But then it was finally smashed again, but for Isak, off the back of a 6-goal season in Spain. That was a risk. My point is that Newcastle seemed to smash their transfer record on risks. I mean, Owen seemed like a no-brainer, even though the club actually chose to turn down a 26-year-old Nicolas Anelka in his prime, who they could have easily taken from Turkish football. They turned him down for somebody with cheese hamstrings. Look, this is my message to Alexander Isak. I hope you don't succeed. Don't get me wrong, Liverpool, fine, go win your matches and your trophies, fine. But I just hope that Isak gets the Robbie Keane effect, who, like Isak, stormed out of Newcastle just 6 months after helping Tottenham quench their trophy drought with a long-awaited Carabao Cup win at Wembley over Chelsea. He said then it was a dream come true. A few months later, he decided that he'd had another dream, and that was to join Liverpool. I love Keane, but if I was a Tottenham fan, that quick deferral would have been more painful than trying to chat up a goldfish. However, at least Keane had given Tottenham 6 seasons of his life, not 3. Anyway, he was actually back at Spurs after Christmas on loan, crawling back to them after a miserable 6 months at Liverpool where he was played on the wing and scored 5. Because again, Liverpool were playing with just one striker up front, and that was Torres. So I am hoping for Keane the sequel. So I hope that Arne Slot rewards Hugo Ekitike for an outstanding start. I hope the former Frankfurt striker is so good, scoring every week, that Isak can't rob his spot, and that he gets shoved on the left wing and becomes unhappy, and maybe wants to crawl back to us. Maybe. But no, yeah, for Liverpool, fine, do what you want. Nothing against them. But for Isak, I hope this whole thing is about as smooth as a barbecued sausage. Anyway, that's the end of the video. Let me know in the comments. Maybe that is all I have to do about Isak. Maybe that's it. Maybe now I can finally cleanse my soul of the anger and just let it go. Maybe. But anyway, that is the end of the video. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give a like, share, and subscribe. As always, I'll talk to you in a while. Don't know why I did that.